from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are honored to have Stephanie Bellomo back with us, our hypnotherapist from Stephanie Bellomo Hypnotherapy, based out of Jericho, Vermont, but she's helping so many all over as a certified hypnotherapist. And don't forget, she's a retired family physician who has over 33 years of experience. So she really works with patients at both, on the medical side of things and a holistic side of things too. So she really does it all. Welcome back today. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you. I hope you are.
I am. How's the weather in Vermont? Is all that beautiful fall foliage still out there, or is it dissipated by now?
It depends where you are. Right where I am, it's getting to peak now, and we're having Indian summer. It's gorgeous today. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
So we're enjoying it.
Oh, great. Same here in New York. It's still hot today, but fall foliage is just starting. Well, I want to say thank you for coming back, and we're excited to have you to talk more about all that you do. So for the mind, body, and spirit, for those that may not know, tell us a little bit of your background and what it is you do.
Okay, well, as a family physician, I felt so restricted in the time I could spend with my patients, and I could see so many of the medical issues people had often were related to anxieties they had or belief systems they had, that they were kind of stuck in this, they were going to be destined to, like everyone else they knew around them. Mm-hmm. So many people could actually make changes for themselves in the way they lived, ate, worked, to improve their health, and I wanted to be able to spend more time with promoting wellness. And so instead of just prescribing medicines, which is the realm of most family physicians, where we end up treating colds and flu and blood pressure issues and diabetes and stuff, I was seeing, can't we just spend a little more time really getting to the bottom of things with people? And I found, whole families where there was this system of anxiety among all of them. There was some sort of trauma-based fears and anxieties that were stuck, for the whole family. A family physician tries to kind of take care of people in all age groups, within a family if possible. It's wonderful to do. And I could see these themes. I'd say, here's this family member, and they might have different names, but after a while I realized they related to someone else with the same kind of fears and beliefs. Their diets or their lifestyles were all about the same. And they were all kind of falling into this same system of, okay, well, I'm doomed. I'm going to die of cancer. I'm going to die of heart attacks or strokes or something. And it's not always the case, So getting people to kind of believe in themselves is the key, that they can make changes, and they have to want to. So that's the other piece. So they have to see there's things they might want to achieve and get around things. So I was looking, Jill, at the themes of my most recent, say, 10 or 12 clients, and a lot of it all kind of was this sense of they believed something was stronger than they were. And so whether it be smoking or someone who'd been having claustrophobia when they were getting an MRI, or they were going to have to go through some sort of procedure that frightened them, or they had a health condition that was really difficult to cope with because they were just constantly running from one place to another, seeking help of other people to make them well instead of doing the things to make themselves well.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And so, it's this whole thing of people have been conditioned to feel fearful and anxious, disempowered. And we are pummeled by nasty stuff that's going on all around us. we only hear the bad news. As you get older, I don't know how old you are, but
46. It's okay. I tell everyone it's okay.
Okay. Well, as people get older, they start to count their things that are wrong. They start to notice, they don't have the energy they used to, or they can't come back from an injury as quickly, or they start talking about, whatever, their hemorrhoids or their their headaches, and they're just commiserating with each other. People love to share their misery, and we have to learn somehow to share our triumphs instead. I think that would be the best thing to do. Now, whether that's an easy thing, I think we have to have a lot of people noticing that. So you notice the beautiful day. Here it is, a gorgeous sunny day. We have all kinds of scary stuff going on in the world around us, but if we can experience this gratitude that a beautiful day, and we can experience this love of nature and the spirit of seeing it, how when you meet somebody, you're outside at lunchtime and you want to get a few rays of sun, and you're seeing people smile, because they feel good too. And you just hold that smile and count all the people that are smiling and smile back and radiate it, because we all have energy fields that we can influence others. So you have this bubbly personality, right?
Well, thank you for thinking so. It's just what I know, and I just love life, and I love waking up every day and smelling that air, being able to breathe, look outside and notice just the beauty of, life and our surroundings. I just really appreciate all of that. And, I wish that's something, like you just mentioned, we can instill that in everyone. It's so important.
It is. And so if we focus on that instead of complaining, we're going to be a whole lot better off. And the more it's all about the law of attraction, which is, everybody hears about that. Like, they think about it as a money thing. Let's bring prosperity. Let's bring abundance. But it's also abundance of health and just the sense of well-being that we can enhance and power ourselves up with that. And it's truly something that the more we focus on those good things, the more we bring it to ourselves. It's what's happened. So that's something that I try to work with people when I'm doing hypnosis, to kind of get past the negativity, the sense of defeat, and bring them back to an empowered state by helping them begin to be grateful for the things that they can be grateful for. And when they see their blessings and count them, then they can start to focus on those and bring more to themselves. So that's the coolest thing about it. And so it's really kind of a spiritual side of the world that I have jumped into after retiring from just this, physicality of medicine, doing medicine. And it's so much more powerful, it feels. So, if you have a doctor that feels happy and not worried about the thing that he's got somebody who's sicker that's down, he can see on his schedule ahead of you, and he can't focus on you, all of a sudden you're like stuck. You're like, oh, I'm not important. And that's how unfortunately, the medical world has evolved into, where we're pushed to see so many people, and there are a lot of people who are very compromised and suffering. So we need to kind of think about how are we going to deal with them, and sometimes we're not paying attention to the people that need help, just to kind of, because they need to radiate their gratitude, their happiness, their joy of life to other people as well. And so the more we can focus and be spirits of positivity, the better off the whole society will be. So I hope that makes sense.
Of course it does. I just love you have this very easy, way of speaking, to you, and just relatable. And I hope our audience obviously picks up on that, because you're here to help and you have amazing credentials. And for you to be here now in a whole nother field of hypnotherapy, clearly, all those years, working as a doctor, and you realize the benefits of this. It's pretty impressive. So I also would love to hear, about some of the things that hypnotherapy is helping people with, and how, our listeners can benefit from working with you.
Well, one of the primary things so many people want is to help them with weight control. I tend to not call it weight loss. I think people can learn how to lose weight through understanding their physical bodies better and actually working in all areas of their health, and that is in the mentality as well as the physicality. So what they eat is important, but also how they believe their bodies can cope, and they can believe they can feel better if they enhance their energy, their spirit of, oh, this is possible, and instead of going, oh, I've done this yo-yo diet, I can't seem to break through. What am I going to do now? Some fad diet. And it's really learning about what does the body really need, and learning how, so that's where my medical training and long training in nutritional health also kind of goes back. I actually I did a graduate degree before going to med school, and it was in pineal gland research, but part of what I did was actually work as a teaching fellow and with a PhD in nutrition, and I had to help teach classes in nutrition and diet and stuff, and so I think I've got a lot of background in that, and we have evolved over time in realizing that some of the things that were fad diets really just are toxic to people, and it's really nice to keep track of that going on. So I really try to help people with that. I try to help people with better sleep, because better sleep can help them with better well-being in general. I help people with enhancing their self-confidence, because even lots of self-confidence is why people feel they can't stop smoking or they can't lose weight. And we have to build that up. So that takes a precedence over a lot of stuff. I have to teach people how to overcome anxiety and fear without having to resort to pills, which just reduce your resourcefulness. If we can teach people in their own capabilities that they have a higher self that really knows what to do. And when we put someone into a deep hypnosis, I allow them to allow another entity, which is their higher self, to enter the field and help them confer and talk so that they actually come up with their own solutions to whatever their problem is. And so a deep hypnosis helps them communicate with that piece that's deep inside that really knows what to do and how to be. It's fascinating how that works. So, and hypnosis is just a way of kind of helping people deeply relax so that they can get into that mental frame where all of a sudden those things reveal themselves, and you get past some of this other programmed crap that people serve up from childhood and on through your schooling years and society in general, all this stuff that says you're a loser, you don't have any help coming from us, we're you're nothing, and we have an awful lot of potential that we don't realize because we don't believe in ourselves. So we have a higher self that may have been paying attention to how other people succeed, how you might have succeeded if you believe in other past lives. You can pull on the resources from that and get that perspective that, oh yeah, maybe I was somebody with a more powerful place in life at one time, and I'm just learning how it is to be the lowly worm, but I can build myself back up again. And how about that? I mean, we just have to. It's kind of playing a mental game with yourself. You using your imagination, and all of a sudden, pow, you're out on top. So I'm kind of like a coach for that in a way. I'm you think about it as a coach too. And I bet you have a lot of people who do coaching, but a lot of them are just talking. And hypnosis lets us kind of delve into the deeper parts of a person's psyche and say, okay, you've got resources in there. You can find them. How about it? What do you think? And they can start talking with themselves, their deeper interior, powerful self. So it's really fun. So they can overcome, chronic pain, since they can't stop smoking, they can't sleep because there's something that prevents that. They've been traumatized in their lives. They're in grief and mourning and have never gone through such miseries before. But yes, they have. It's just you get stuck, and we have to cut back and unravel some of these threads of beliefs and just go, okay, let's straighten that out one thing at a time, get over the being overwhelmed, and we can get past it. So that's fun. It's really, and I think it's, the main thing is just getting people to help themselves, come back to belief in themselves.
Beautiful.
Yeah, if people want to talk to me about that, I'm so happy to have them write me at stephanie@stephaniebellomo.com or call me for I do a free phone consultation, maybe 15 minutes, just to talk about whatever you want as a goal, and let's unravel it together and see if I can help. And those kinds of things are just so much, enjoyment for me to be able to make a difference.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for being here, for sharing all this. We do have to take a quick commercial break. My apologies. Tell us one more time how we can contact you for that free consultation.
Yes, 802-999-0062 is my phone number. And please leave a message if I can't answer right away. Or write at my email, stephanie@stephaniebellomo.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Looking forward to talk more right after this. We're going to ask that everyone please take it easy. Listen to a few commercial announcements, but guess what? We're going to be right back and excited to do so, to speak more to our friend here, Stephanie Bellomo, Dr. Stephanie Bellomo, I should say. And we're going to be right back.
Are you struggling with knowing how to manage your health and weight? Do you need help planning your nutrition around your needs and goals? Hi, my name is Alec Moore, and I'm the founder of Nutrition Collaborative. We offer premium one-on-one nutrition and fitness coaching services. I help my clients learn the proper nutrition and fitness habits for their specific needs and goals. Contact me today on Instagram at Alec the Dietitian, and let's get you the help you need on your journey once and for all.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. Don't look back and wish that you had taken action. Call 833-8ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the mytuner-radio, online radio box, and simpleradio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back with StephanieBellomo.com. That's StephanieBellomo.com. That's Dr. Bellomo. She here is now doing hypnotherapy on so many. Maybe you want to quit smoking. Maybe you want to, go back to that past life. She does past life regressions, trauma recovery. Maybe there's some, trauma and some guilt or shame that you need to release. Healing that inner child. Hypnosis for anxieties, fear, even for those that are suffering with grief, with cancer, immune disorders, pain management, and so much more. So we want to welcome her back here to the show. How are you doing, darling?
Oh, I am so happy today. It's just a great day. I am sorry. I think my ebullient mood is getting me talking so much I couldn't let you get a word in edgewise.
No. Everything you're saying is super informative and I think benefits our listeners. So there's not much for me to say except I want to hear more from you, to be honest, because you're working with clients all over the world at this point, right? And this is virtual.
Well, I do. Yes, I do everything on Zoom. I do try to keep it mostly within, reason for me, because trying to do the phone calls to Australia or to Ireland or some places a little hard for me with the difference in time zones. So if people want to reach me, though, it's through the email. We'll work it out. I can do it any way you want. I do everything on Zoom. And a lot of people don't believe that it works. You're listening. You're not spending your whole time watching me. And so we have quite a nice time, a half hour to an hour, even talking first, so I can get to know people and get to know what they like and what their basic lifestyle is, how they interact with other people, what they really need. Is established, and then we kind of go through some testing to help me understand what language works best for them, tailor it a little bit through the way I do an induction and the suggestions I give, and then we kind of just go into as long a hypnosis as possible to kind of really entrench the new suggestions that they want to hold in and reprogram their minds. So that's the way to go, and it's very pleasurable for everyone.
Well,
I like to do a lot of imagery.
That's another thing I saw, yeah. What is that exactly?
Imagery is where I give people suggestions to kind of just get into this sense of they're living inside a new place. Like if they want to go to a garden, any place that relaxes them, mountain climbing, going out on a boat, where whatever makes you relaxed and kind of soothed in a way, and then we kind of orchestrate all these other suggestions into that space, and it becomes more valid when they can feel like they're living in that place right then. And put them into the now. It's not just the future. They have to believe it's happening now. And all of a sudden the subconscious mind takes that in and goes, oh, okay, yeah, I know what to do. So it's just so much fun. It's really great.
Well, thank you again for being here. And again, reach out for that free initial consultation. Remind us how we can reach out to you, please.
Yes, please call 802-999-0062 and leave a message if I can't answer right away. Or write Stephanie at stephaniebellomo.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next time we connect. Enjoy your beautiful day, and we'll talk more next week.
Okay, you have a great one.
You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.